We're talking about eating a diet higher in plant produce, and people often ask, well, what about organic and what GMO and pesticide residue and things like that? And one thing I want to make clear is that the American population is eating a diet with 53% of calories from processed foods like pasta bread, salad oil, mayonnaise, donuts, cookies, crackers, breakfast bars, chips, soft drinks, and candy. That's what they're eating. And if they switched to eating conventional produce and ate more colorful plant food, especially greens and beans and mushrooms, just started eating more collards and zucchini and more string beans and more even whole grains like steel-cut oats and quinoa. In other words, if people started eating a diet that wasn't expensive and was actually less expensive and not organic, we'd see a revolutionary change in America's health right now. So the most important thing is to eat more produce, get rid of the junk food, get rid of the processed foods. You'll save that money. Eat less animal products, you'll save that money too to put into good food. And then, if you have the means to afford organic, do so on those foods that have the highest pesticide or fungicide residue. Things like strawberries and spinach. Things like strawberries and spinach, because they use fungicides on spinach and strawberries, so don't rot in the supermarket. And when you buy organic, they're very expensive, and you bring them home, and they get bad in a day or two anyway. And the trick is, if you can't afford organic, to buy frozen non-organic, because they don't put fungicides on the frozen strawberries. And spinach is heavily treated, so if you're going to use it, mostly buy organic, or get the cooked or frozen spinach that's less residue. And also, spinach is one of the only natural plants that are high in oxalic acid that bind calcium. So we shouldn't be eating a lot of raw spinach anyway. So I don't recommend a diet high in raw spinach and Swiss chard. I want the other greens to be the higher amounts. Not that you can't eat those foods. And we know that conventional spinach has a high pesticide residue anyway. So look for the dirty dozen. In other words, when a food is a high residue, you can peel that food. You can dip a peach into hot water and take the skin off. That's called blanching the skin off the peach. Whereas if you're going to buy an organic peach, you'd eat the skin. The same thing with carrots and potatoes. If you're eating non-organic, you peel it. And if you're eating organic, you could wash it with a brush and eat the skin. But don't make organic hinder you from being able to afford and to be able to change, because it's not the main issue. And the second issue is that when we're eating a diet rich in nutrients, our body is more satisfied, and we don't have food cravings and food addictions driving us to eat so frequently and so often. Most Americans are eating way too many calories, and they're eating way too many calories because they're not taking in enough micronutrients. Micronutrients are vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and phytochemicals. And when you eat enough natural, colorful plants, the high intake of micronutrients and the high intake of fiber and food volume suppresses your appetite for wanting to overeat. And you no longer require excess calories. You only require and desire the calories you need to maintain your perfect weight. And you save money on your food bill because you're eating much less food. I know, because I can go skiing all day long and come back with my buddies, and they're chowing down and eating so much food, and I burn more calories than them. I was on the mogul runs, and they were on the flat runs, on the catted runs, and they were trying to eat more food and being way overeating because they're not metabolically efficient, because they're not meeting their nutritional needs. When you meet your nutritional needs, your taste buds get stronger, you enjoy your food more, and you don't feel you have to stuff yourself and overeat to feel satisfied.